ironing. Like some people do. Like I never used to be that person until I really invested in a very, very good iron. Well, that's what we're going to be presenting to you right now in this hour of Household Helpers. Let me give you a look at it, because I think that's going to help. You got to see this, okay? There are irons on the market, and then there are irons. You know what I mean? So this is our Panasonic 360-degree quick, they call this a multi-directional iron. I'm going to turn it this way now so that you can see exactly what we're talking about. You see how it's pointed at the top and pointed at the bottom? Your iron doesn't look that way. Most irons have the point at the very top, but if you look down below, most of our irons have that straight edge at the bottom. This one doesn't. So it allows you to be able to iron and get into those really narrow spaces at the very top and at the bottom as well. This is probably one of our highest and best performing irons that we offer at the entire network. If you were to buy this iron in stores, let me give you an idea, because the story on this is incredible. This is the only airing of the day, so I want to set it up properly. This iron is $60 off of what you would pay for it here at HSN. And stores, good knows what it would cost, but it's $60 off of our price. It's on 4 flex pays for the hour, and it's with free shipping and handling. If you are over the cheap, and I said cheap, and expensive, non-performing irons that just frustrate you, and you really want high quality in an iron, I am suggesting that you get this one. You have to meet Bonnabelle Sherman. She's been in the business for over 15 years, presenting great products at HSN. She's truly an organizational expert. We talked about this iron. I only touched on a few, but I'd love for you to do what you did for me earlier. You kind of took me through the steaming, because if you're wondering, well, what makes this so much better and so much more impressive than the traditional irons, there are a lot of things. So let's kind of give them a little tour of it if we can.
Okay, the first tour I want to show you is a wow shot first, and then let's go right where you're saying. Look at the result it gives, because that's where the story is. That's what you want to see. You want to see that those wrinkles are dropping off easily, gliding in your hand, so that you can get out the door and have that professional finish and maybe save some money on dry cleaning. Look at the difference there.
Wow,
wrinkled, not wrinkled. So you're really seeing the performance of this iron.
I'm done with cheap irons. I remember I said that to you in the when we were in the makeup room. For a long time, I would just buy whatever was on sale. And then I learned better. Just like with buying good quality clothes and good quality anything. It's a smart investment because we spend so much money on our clothes, you know?
That is true. And this is a great iron. As a matter of fact, I read a review where a woman said, this is a little more than I would spend, but this is the last iron I'm buying. I know that this is a great iron, and it is. This is obviously that Panasonic went above and beyond with everything you could possibly want and plus. Not just 20 steam vents, but 120.
Wow.
Not just 1,200 watts of power, 1,700 watts of power. Not just one pointed end, 2 pointed ends. So it's multi-directional, doesn't matter. Your top is the bottom is the top. Not an 8-foot cord, a 10-foot cord.
So everything about this.
Not 5 ounces of water, 10 ounces of water.
As a matter of fact, that big, important consumer magazine that so many of us rely on, so many of us refer to.
That's right.
When we're trying to make important decisions, have rated this their top pick. And 3 different categories.
Okay. That's right. They actually tested 51 irons in this group, and this rated number 1. Number 1 from that consumer magazine that we all love and trust. And it rated excellent in fabric ironing and steaming. And you've been seeing that. I've been giving you that taste of steam here as we go. This has incredible steam. It has incredible 1,700 watts, which you're going to do more in less time. This iron is also about 25% bigger without the extra weight, by the way.
Yes, good point.
Without the extra weight. This is actually lighter than most of its contemporary irons, but it's a little bit bigger. So if you're doing things that you're covering more area in each swipe, that means you're going to work less hard. Look at that razor sharp finish. Now, these are your khakis, so think dress down Fridays, think kids' uniforms. Do you want to not send that to the dry cleaner, maybe save money a little bit? You're going to invest in the iron, and then you're going to pay less at the dry cleaner because you bought a quality iron. This is Panasonic.
Yeah.
Definitely a name you can trust.
I will tell you, we have very, very limited quantities on this iron. If you, get a really good iron. A lot of you know what I'm talking about already, but if you have never invested in an excellent iron, there's such a big difference. And I also love that Consumer Magazine rated this their #1 pick, because often when we want the very best, it's not within our budget. It's not within our price range. With this, you can do it. Not only do it today, but you're saving $60 off of the price. It's free shipping, and you can try it for $25. But very limited value, an incredible buy. Not only that Consumer Magazine, but it also has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. So everything about this is saying, yes, if you want it, call right away. Again, of everything that I'm airing in the show, it's the most limited. And I really believe in this hour of household helpers. You know, we were just talking about washing your laundry. You just don't wash it and wear it, generally speaking. You've got to wash it and steam it, or you've got to wash it and iron it. And this does as good of a job steaming as it does ironing.
That's right. It works as a vertical steamer as well, and you get incredible steam. You can turn it on full steam and just let it bellow. Can you see all that steam coming? I'm getting a steam bath.
Wow, that's a lot of steam.
It's a lot of steam in this iron. Now, it's steaming all by itself because I have that on, but I can shut off the steam if I want. And you can actually hear it tone down. And then I can also do a burst of steam. That's the kind of power that you want. And this is a great iron in your hand. And you're going to get all of your ironing done in one shot because with 10 ounces of water, you have the steam power. Let's go to vertical, because this is important. You have a nice, this is a Diane Gilman. You want to touch it up because it got wrinkled, it maybe dropped off the hanger. You want to be able to just come in and look, just hear that power. And you don't have to put the sole plate on your garment. Look, you can see the wrinkles are still there, none right there. And now I'm not missing my train. I'm not getting to work late when I realize that my shirt is really wrinkled. Now, this is a corded iron, so you never lose power. You're always at the source. And it's a great iron in your hand. It's comfortable. And this is another great way to save money. So if you're investing in a great iron, you get great results. Okay, hubby is not rolling in the mud like the kids, but this is the result of sitting in the car, maybe driving on business trips, and you want to refresh it. Watch what happens. You can drop out the wrinkles in just a couple of puffs, and that's the result of 1,700 watts.
Look at that.
Maybe you have an iron that you're like, well, mine's not giving me that kind of steam. Mine's not, my results aren't as fast.
Right.
So it's a bit frustrating. Maybe you have an iron you've had a long time. There's new technology at a great price.
And more lightweight. Because that's one,
right.
and I know that you touched on this a couple of moments ago, but I think it's worth repeating because I think a lot of people see this iron and you may think, gosh, it looks like it's heavy and it's bulky. It is not.
Right.
You will love it. Like I mentioned, I know good performing irons. I was saying to Vonabelle, like, I'm one of those people, I'm willing to pay more for good iron because I know what it's going to deliver. I'm on work on television every single day. If you want to look great, you want your clothes to be pristine, you've got to try to mimic as closely as possible what they're going to do at the dry cleaners. A great iron is what's going to deliver it to you. Might I add, as a little side note, and not of importance at all, but I think it's fun to talk about, it's probably one of the best looking irons I've ever seen.
I steamed you.
That's fine. But isn't it a really pretty iron?
I hope it's catching it. It's actually like a little bit lilac. It is. It's lilac in its finish in the body here with silver. So they gave you all the power, but they also gave you some pretty. So you get power and pretty all at once. Now, the reason the 2 points are important is because generally we go in the direction of the point. Then when we try and go backwards, if it's flat across here, we can make a wrinkle as we're going, and then we're defeating the purpose. With an iron that is pointed at both ends, it's multi-directional. Doesn't matter which direction you're going, you're going to get a great result and faster because you're not having to readjust your iron. The same performance here is the same performance down there. Let's show you one more in the vertical steam, and then we'll go ahead to the board. Now, this is a pretty dress. So think, if you want to be the winner for prom or dressy dresses, Easter, all those times where you think,
bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids, I can't go ahead and iron that. Well, look at those wrinkles, because I want you to see the difference when I do this. And even over this nice, delicate material, I'm not putting my sole plate, I'm just putting the steam. Look at the difference from here to here. I dropped out those wrinkles in 3 or 4 puffs of steam. It's the 1700 watts. This is everything you could possibly want in an iron. They went above and beyond. This is the winner iron. If you have one that you've been thinking, it didn't perform that well last week, and I really need a new iron, or it's going to go south, and then you're going to go to work wrinkled, or the kids are going to go to church in a wrinkled dress, you need this iron.
I want to mention also that this iron is sold out there, so you can look around. You will immediately come back to HSN because this is the lowest price anywhere. And with all the accolades that it has, earned the Good Housekeeping seal, has been noted in that major consumer magazine. They test hundreds of thousands of products a year. So when it comes to really getting the very best for your money, and we infrequently have a chance to buy the very best on sale. We took $60 off of our price on this iron. It's only scheduled for this show. With the free shipping and the flex pay for $25, I would do it. You know, most people would turn their nose up and go, well, an iron isn't a great holiday gift. I beg to differ with you on this one, because this truly is the Rolls Royce of irons.
That's correct.
With that consumer magazine and what they've said about this iron, with the Good Housekeeping seal, with the points of difference. And I'm going to ask Vonabelle to kind of take us through them, because, you know, we don't think about it. We're only accustomed to, and our perspective is relative to what we've experienced in irons. This one has double and triple the amount of features.
That's right. Look at how smooth this is. I mean, this is like glass, and this side is wrinkled. So if that's the kind of result you want in just a couple of swipes, and quick and easy, that's what you want. You don't want to be frustrated with your iron. You don't want an iron that's discolored. You want one that's light in your hand. And irons are usually between about 3 and 4 pounds. This is 3.3, but it's still 25% bigger. You're getting 120 steam vents. That's why you're getting that immediate wrinkle release.
And that's versus what do you get with most ordinary irons?
Somewhere between 20 and 50 vents.
So your iron at home most likely has 20 to 50 vents.
That's right.
So this is 120. So right off the gate, this is going to be performing better. But that's just the beginning.
And your iron probably has only about 5 ounces. This holds 10. What does that mean? You can steam and iron longer without refilling. And then you have right here, you have steam all the time. You have steam off, and there, because I turned it down, that's why it's steaming. You see that? And then I have puff of steam. You hear it? Do you hear that power? And then you also have a spray feature. Now, one other great feature is right behind me, because we want you to be happy with this iron, and we want it to work wherever you live in the United States. We actually gave this iron a self-cleaning feature. That means if you live in an area that has deposits in its water, and that happens to get in your iron, you don't have to use vinegar to clean it out or whatever. We actually gave you a feature. It's called self-clean, and the button is right in here underneath. And I'm going to push that, and you're going to see it gave that big push. Now here it goes again. It also is going to put out a water. Did you see that water put out? It's cleaning it for me. That is not an accident. That's me releasing it. The steam and the water are pushed out. Now what I did is I just washed my whole iron. I washed it out, and now I can let it sit, and it cleaned itself. That's an important feature, because we're giving you so many great features in this iron. We want it to be absolutely trouble-free. This could be the last iron you ever buy.
I would do it. Like I said, it's so funny because growing up, I hated iron. Hated it.
Yeah.
Loathed it. But when I got older and realized it's not that I really hated it, it's because the irons that I've used in the past were just cheapo, inexpensive, non-performing irons. It's just like anything else in life.
That is
It's just like if you buy cheap pots and pans, or you buy a cheap hot curler or a flat iron. You know when you buy high-end quality that there's a marked and a very dramatic difference. And so for me personally, I'm excited to present this to you. I've become a little bit of an iron snob myself. No, I really have. Well, that's because, look, I'll tell you why. When you end up spending hundreds of dollars at the dry cleaners, at some point there's got to be a happy medium in your life. And you certainly aren't going to do it from an iron that's at a discount store. It ain't happening. It cut the mustard. So you've got to have a high-performance iron like this one that has been written about and rated in that big, important consumer magazine.
Rated excellent.
And how wonderful to get an excellent iron at the very top of the category at the lowest price anywhere. That never happens, honey. You know the stars and the moons and everything has to be aligned to get that type of price.
That is so true.
No, it's true.
Well said.
Along with free shipping and on 4 flexible payments and with our holiday extended return policy. So I recommend that you pick up the phone and order. Try it. You will know. That's the one thing about a great iron.
Yeah.
The first time you use it, you will go, oh my goodness. I am so happy and I see and feel the difference. I'm happy for those of you who are getting this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had it here. So definitely, I would be all over this, guys. It's in limited quantities if you want to have it. It's an unbelievable value.
Yeah.
Trust me on that. You can take that check to the bank and cash it. So definitely I hope that you buy it. It's a great deal. Probably one of the best that we've seen in an iron in a long time.
And that Consumer Magazine agrees with you.
Yeah.
And
The
that
housekeeping
agrees.
seal.
That's powerful.
It's amazing. So thank you very much. Please continue to call. We're back on the other side with more great values. But we also want you to open up your hearts this holiday season.